Hey, why don't we go on to our next whiskey? This is an Aberlour 12-year-old double cask matured, part American oak, part sherry oak, and it is 40%. It is a delightful, wonderful thing, and I hope, Jessica, as you get introduced to some Scotch here, that you will understand that it can be wonderful, it can be lyrical.
So this is Aberlour 12-year double cask.
Yep.
Are you sure? We've done what?
We've done the Angel's Envy and the Basil Hayden. Or maybe it's Basil Hayden.
Maybe it's Basilhidden. Basilhidden.
Oh, it's Basilhidden.
Basilhidden.
I'll accept that.
Well, I'm going to pretend that this is the Angel Hour and that that's what I was drinking, because I was drinking the Angel Hour last time. So that's fun.
You were drinking the Aberlour last time?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Oh, well.
It's okay. But so not all my critiques are bullshit.
Well.
We'll just cut this part out. No one needs to know.
Oh, I don't care. I'd rather them know that I made a mistake. Right? No?
Yeah. Oh, there's never been a mistake on this show.
We always do it perfectly. So what is this? Do you have enough Aberlour to have some more, or?
I'm doing the basil this time.
Even the basil?
Just so I can,
Now you might taste the rye.
Well, this is definitely sweeter than the Aberlour.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I don't know why, but this just hits the pocket. The malt.
Yeah.
Barley is
interesting. So that's why I must have got more Scotch out of it, and that's why I thought.
That's why you were getting that, and we were going, I don't know, this is more
interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This I actually don't like very much, the basil.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't put water in it. That's what we learned.
But then why did I think, should I have not put water in the Scotch?
No, you might have. I mean, your experience there is legit. If you did not like it with water, you didn't like it with water.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just smelling this and tasting it, like, I don't know that water is going to improve it much. Like, it feels very curated the way it is, and I don't know that it's.
I mean, it's already knocked down to 40%, so going lower doesn't sound right to me, but I will science it eventually. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's nice. Just a nice smooth Scotch. Right?
I'm gonna return this to its basil container and then jump back to Aberlour and taste it after.
Okay.
And see how.
Just to see, are you not happy with the basil?
I'm not happy with it. I just want to make sure now I'm on the same journey.
I see. Yeah.
Although
the basil to me was like.
What were you gonna say? I'm interested.
It's kind of like sarsaparilla. That's what it was like to me. Like, you
were on the nose with like a root beer but flat soda thing.
With the water, it became a flat Coke.
Especially with the water, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I liked it. I liked it without. I feel like it would be a good, like, a lot of ryes I think are good mixed drinks. I feel like it'd be a good, like, mix, because it's almost like it has bitters already in.
Interesting. I would do that with like a Negroni, even though you're not supposed to do a Negroni with rye.
I say why not? That becomes a Jessica then. That becomes a JLV.
That's right, bitch.
She's so sassy. She's so sassy, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
This is why the salty is the word. Salty.
It's the redheads. They're not to be trusted.
I'm not a real redhead.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh. Why have I always seen you with kind of...
You're supposed to get business. You're supposed to get cast more easily in the business if you're a redhead.
I didn't know that.
And if you're speaking in an old-timey voice.
Transatlantic here.
I'm a redhead, and that's what I say. Dibbity-doo.
The curtains don't match the drapes.
Say, pal, maybe give me a part in your movie. Come on.
You see that swell redhead? Did you see the screen test of that swell redhead? Let's hire her up, contract her up, get her on the studio lot.
She'd be the cat's meow in my picture, I'm telling you. Let's put her up on the Flickr screen.
I always said that if they were casting a blonde role, they'd welcome in a redhead. They're like, oh, let's just see a redhead. And if they're casting a brunette role, they go, oh, let's just see a redhead. So like you can kind of like jump, but like now I just want to be where I feel good, and I felt good as a red. I really did. And now I feel good as a pink. I like this blonde. I feel like it looks really good on me. So I feel like you'll book more or be successful and happier if you're like in the world that you want to be in, you know?
Yeah.
And what is a city if not a place where you can make yourself what you want to be?
And I think if you're authentico, that reads more than anything, you know? And you thought I was a redhead, and I felt like I was a redhead.
Totally did.
Yeah, you definitely seem like a redhead.
100%.
Whatever that means.
It works for my skin complexion. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And there is Irish and Scottish in my family, so there's something to be said for that.
I really like the nose of this. Maybe it's just because I'm not like, you know, I mean, I don't want to diss bourbon, but I mean, like the nose of the Scotch is so much nicer.
I think we've said it before, and I stand by it, that bourbon is garbage.
At least there's no gray area there. There's like, you know.
I'm enjoying this.
You've picked a side.
After the basil.
Okay.
So right now, I think it goes Angel's Envy, Aberlour, and then basil. So something about the dark, ambery maple, something about it I didn't like.
It's a bit much on the port cask. I felt like that's an awful lot of color to be getting from the port cask. Awful lot of influence.
And the Aberlour is nice, and it's a smoother experience now. Maybe because...
Yeah, I think next to a rye, of course, the malt barley is going to be a.
And Aberlour is generally one of those scotches that's like, this is a smooth, right in the pocket Scotch experience for, you know, it's not going to be peaty or strong. It's like, right. It's like this is the flavor you would expect from Aberlour, you know,
nice, smooth, kind of
so this
buttery and almost sweet.
This is a Scotch.
This is a Scotch. Yeah. The last two are
like
Scotches.
this. If someone poured this for me, I'd be down. And
right.
In fairness, up until maybe 2 years ago, I would have said I hate Scotch. But now that I'm not smoking anymore, so I'm not just getting no flavor and just getting the alcohol astringency.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I blame my antidepressants.
It was the hardest thing I ever had to do was quit smoking. The hardest thing.
Yep. I was prescribed Wellbutrin, and it's also Chantix. And you're not supposed to prescribe it for both things. And Chantix is, as you know, Ray Liotta's favorite non-smoking drug. If you have a hard time quitting smoking, Chantix is a way to go. I never thought like, I didn't know it was that bad that I maybe needed it. So I got prescribed Wellbutrin for depression, and within a day, almost. I mean, that's an hyperbolic, but almost immediately, I didn't want to smoke. I haven't bought a pack since. And I was like, oh my God, this worked. It worked. Which makes me think my addiction was more emotional than it was anything.
I think there's obviously a component of emotional in it. You know, I quit the old fashioned way where I just stopped. I got sick one time and I was coughing up a lung, and I was like, I can't smoke while I'm doing this. And then I said, no, I'm going to stop for me. I tried to stop for girlfriends in the past, but I was going to stop for me. And it was horrific. I would cry at dog food commercials because my emotions were just all over the map. I would get angry at a drop of a pin, just like everything, just raging. And I would wake up and dreamt that I smoked.
Yeah, you know?
And I was like, oh no. Okay, it was just a dream. Like that addiction was just so deep in there.
Wow. I'm a vegetarian now as of January 1st, and I still dream about eating meat.
Oh, that doesn't go away, just by the way. I've been a vegetarian for 7-8 years now.
And yet you're talking about pulled pork? What's your fucking problem?
Because it never goes away, man. Pulled pork, it makes an argument.
Can I tell you, the salami, it's killing me. I miss salami. I miss salami so much, I could eat a Slim Jim right now. And granted, that's not a lot of meat. So fair
enough. A lot of bone.
Now, how do you feel? There's like a lot of really good meat substitutes now. Do any of those? You know,
they do satiate a lot of most.
The Impossible Burger. I'm
Mhm.
sold on.
And I'm a Beyond Burger girl. I've been making sloppy joes with their ground beef, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, we get this with our food delivery, the Beyond
Yes,
Burgers.
Mhm.
yeah. I and my Imperfect Food, they sell these field maple sausages that are
Yes, just
great.
got some of those. Oh, yes.
You gotta, you have to accept that it's not meat, and then
Yep.
once you just like, so I tried a almond milk yogurt that was disgusting, and then the second time I tried it, it was great. There's just something about the expectation versus the reality
Right.
that you gotta shift. Um, and
So you're
and
not eating like you're vegetarian. Are you vegan or?
I would say vegetarian still because cheese kind of exists.
Cheese
and
is
like
the argument,
cream.
man. Pizza, you can't
There's
not.
still there's still arguments though against it because like some cheeses are aged or curdled by the fluids of the third stomach of a calf. So
I beg your pardon?
if most parmesans aren't vegetarian because they use, I think it's, I don't remember what it's called, but Laurie Jones told me about it, the third stomach of the cat.
Because Laurie Jones just have to ruin everything.
You know what?
That's how cheese was invented. Actually,
Yes.
was basically like people would store milk in like calves' stomachs.
Platter, yeah.
You know, and then they left, like some people left this milk in a cave, and then like years later some other people came by and they found it and they cut it open and they're like, this is pretty good. And so that's like how cheese was invented. Yeah.
So you have to make sure that when you buy Parmesan cheese, it's specifically vegetarian because there's still the issue of it's an animal byproduct, and the real issue is like the housing of the animals.
And the hormones put into them. Yes, everything.
That's
yeah,
all
yeah.
sorts of stuff. Ooh, the cats are fighting. This is exciting.
Mm.
Are they fighting or playing?
Let's see.
It's kind of both.
Wild Kingdom.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, don't put the camera on us.
Look
They
at
know.
this.
They know. I mean,
They're like,
I don't know, dude. Come on, guys, show them. It's like
No,
you're
we're just
showing this.
adorable. We're just adorable. That's all.
no, we're just cute. There is that, you can see the gray cat has that like sort of like, I am thinking about engaging.
Yep.
you
Oh,
know?
and it's gonna happen. The
But as
second
soon
I pull
as-
the camera away.
You can't watch me. Yeah, you can't watch me.
Come
I
on,
do
guys.
nothing while I'm being watched.
It happens every now and then when I stream, there'll be a good brawl on the bed behind me.
What do you stream?
So I've been streaming Dune. We will read an hour of Dune, a friend of mine. And my initial goal was when COVID was first starting and lockdown was, first being talked about and everyone was kind of experiencing panic. I remembered that one of my worst panic attacks, which I didn't have many, but one of my worst panic attacks, one of my closest friends called me, started reading chapter 1 out of a book that we never finished. I couldn't even tell you what it was about, but it was the most soothing, calming experience I'd ever had. Was just an adult reading to me kindly and sweetly, and it was the perfect distraction. So I thought, well, why not offer the same thing for people, especially because I was really worried about how humans were going to treat other humans in the situation. So I thought, let's be the change. Let's offer what you want to see in people. Let's give them a calming, safe space, in a sense. And Dune's pretty heavy, don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but I
love Dune.
But books on
Have
tape.
you read it? Have you read it before?
yeah. So it's my third reading. I'm named after one of the main character. The main character, the mom's mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's especially close to my heart for that reason. And then my friend Scott, who's a genius, who I think both of you guys would love, he actually just he has a baby book coming out calling Naming Your Little Geek. So he cataloged all the names from Marvel, Star Trek, and
Yes.
it's awesome. So he just knows, his brain is an encyclopedia. So we'll read either together or remotely. And then
Nice.
I've been streaming Caesar 3, which is an old 1995 CD-ROM game for PC that I used to play as a kid, which just a world building scenario, and you have to like appease all the gods to make sure that they don't bring wrath upon you, pay Caesar on time or else he'll seize your city, create industry and keep your plebeians happy. It's fan-fucking-tastic. It's really dumb, but I love it.
I love a lot of those old games.
I do too.
You were also streaming Animal Planet, and I woke up and it was on the Twitch channel that I'd fallen asleep to. You'd suddenly appeared as a host or a guest of that channel.
Animal Crossing. Yeah,
Animal Crossing.
I like world
Animal
building
Crossing.
stuff. Like Minecraft, Harvest Moon's a game that they don't have a new version of. But I like when you gotta like collect a bunch of things, and now you can make this thing, and like they're the most pointless games on the planet.
Have you played Terraria?
No.
I think you'd like
Is it
Terraria.
great? It sounds like it's right up the alley, though.
It's like a side scroller crafting game that it goes on forever, and it's like it's this huge like side scrolling world that it's just like, and you play with friends, and you all like can dig down and build like this gigantic castle, and there's at night zombies come, and it's
it's kind of like
kind of, yeah.
Well, 'cause there's zombies in
7 Days to
Minecraft.
Die also is another game with zombies where you build stuff. That's like a first-person shooter, and it's like survival game, and you.
Which one? What was that? What was the name of it?
7 Days to Die.
Oh my goodness! I've got some things to check out.
Yeah, I
And
really like
Fallout.
7 Days to
Fallout
Die.
is exactly that. It's a lot of scavenging to find materials.
I have a hard time
I'm
with
gonna,
first-person shooters.
I'm gonna science this
really-
Aberlour. I know that I shouldn't, but
I did, and I don't dislike it.
let's try it. Yeah.
That's technically this now with the ice in it.
It's not bad. This nose is bad.
Any better now? That's cooler.
It's just like whiskey flavored water at this point,
Yeah.
or Scotch flavored water.
It's not. It's not. I don't
Scotch
hate
is
it.
whiskey. It's fine.
Like after the rye, putting the water in the rye. This actually it's sweeter, I think, with the water. To me, I get more. It tastes sweeter to me.
Especially in the finish, I
Yeah.
find the sweetness comes out.
Yeah.
The cold
I have to
didn't
do
kill
this.
the sweetness of it in this. I mean, granted, it's almost all melted, but. I was so drunk, you guys. This is really great.
That's good for you. Yeah.
Well,
This is the lead into the Sunday afternoon nap where you just go lie on your bed and the cats lie on you and you're just like,
yeah.
It is all on the docket today, for sure.
fantastic. That's the way to spend a Sunday afternoon for me.
I had to move my normal D&D session today, and I was like, it's at 6. I could do it. And I said, nah, fuck it, man. I'm not gonna.
Some of us are going to play D&D tonight.
I don't blame you.
They were playing at 7 though. We never 6 is too early.
My friends are babies. They like to go to sleep early.
They like to go to bed. Little babies. Little babies.
There's a baby. They just like, hey, 9 o'clock. I can't do it. Like they won't come to see improv shows because it's too late.
Holy
Wow.
cow! What a bunch of teetotalers.
I love them. We love them. They got me into D&D.
Okay, fair enough.